All right, welcome back to lesson 4. In the previous video, we went over time frames and a little bit of indicators that I like to use using Thinkorswim. In this video, we'll go a little bit more into some indicators and mostly going into patterns and what I like to look for in the morning when looking for stocks to trade. All right, let's get right into it. The first thing I would want to do, just to review, we went over this in the first video, but if you have the grid on your chart that looks like this and you want to remove it, just select the appearance tab and deselect grid, press OK, and that gives you a cleaner look. All right, so today we'll be looking at NVDA. NVDA is a chip manufacturing company for computer chips, AI chips, and motherboards, GPUs, etc. All right, so today was a great day for NVIDIA. There's a couple patterns that I'd like to show you here. The first pattern, you should already know this, is once you have a resistance level drawn out, it will act as a resistance level, but once you see it break above that resistance, it's going to act as support. And as you see, NVIDIA broke above the resistance level and had a great day all the way up to 554. And this pattern right here, it's called a bullish flag pattern or a bullish pendant. So it looks like a strong move up in the morning and it kind of consolidates throughout the rest of the day. And it's very bullish when it's approaching a resistance level because it will want to test it a couple times before breaking out. And if we go into the 3-day chart, and going into the 3-day chart, it looks like it kind of wanted to test off support at the previous resistance, and it kept going higher. The second pattern that I like to look for, and it happened 2 days in a row with NVIDIA, is a strong move up in the morning and using your VWAP. The VWAP is the purple line, the pink line, and the orange line. It kind of gives you ranges of which it likes to trade at. If it's above the purple line, it's trading in a bullish momentum. If it's trading under, it's trading in a bearish momentum. But I like to look for stocks to have trading above the purple line in between these two. That's a good indicator for me for it to keep going like into the next day or within the day if I'm planning to do a day trade. So if I were to look at NVIDIA and seeing a strong move up and see a short retracement back to the VWAP, I could essentially buy in here and then buy towards the resistance that I have drawn out here at 538. But then we come into today, same thing happened. We had a strong move up in the morning, trading in the upper range, and throughout the day it moved up. So there's a very bullish pattern for me. That's very I like to trade these patterns because they usually have a lot more volume. Like that's the other thing I like to look for, volume. If it's kind of like these days where there's not much volume, you'll see it within the chart. You'll see within the volume bars that the volume isn't as much as the days that it really moves. Like for example, yesterday was a lot of volume in the morning and kind of like volume peaks throughout the day. And even at the end of the day, it was a strong volume bar. And then same thing for today. Not as much as yesterday, but strong volume in the morning, couple volume spikes, and after or towards the end of the day, there's a big volume here. So I like to look for that, all in the combination with the patterns that I've just explained. And if I bring the video back to the 180 or the 1 year chart, I would like to show you one of my favorite patterns to trade. This pattern is called a wedge pattern or ascending triangle pattern. But you have to always be careful with it because it could always go against you. So when you see like something like this where it has lower highs and higher lows, it's kind of forming a ascending triangle. So once it breaks out of that pattern, that triangle pattern, it can break out in the bullish or bearish. And I'll show you an example of when it doesn't work out and it goes down. instead of up. But for NVIDIA, I was watching NVIDIA. I initially seen it um, break out of this ascending triangle one time, but it failed at the resistance level that I had drawn out from around here. So I didn't pay any attention to it yet. It came back down, retested the bottom end of the wedge, and it finally broke above that resistance, and you could have caught this move all the way up to $614. So if you were to swing option contract for 2 or 3 days at this point, that would have been a lot of money to be made using this pattern. So whenever you see like big swings getting smaller and smaller and smaller, look out for a breakout. Usually they'll have a piece of news, or if they're just an earnings run up, then it will break out of that pattern formation. That's one of my favorite patterns to look at, but it doesn't always work out, like the way you think. Like for example, Amazon similar had the same pattern where it had lower highs and then higher lows. So what I mean by that is this low is higher than this low, and this low is higher than this low. Same thing, right? And the highs are getting lower and lower. So same thing. It looks like it's a wedge or a triangle, but they recently had some bad news, and the rising treasury yields kind of took a toll on the tech industry as a whole. So it doesn't always work out, but most of the times, if the stock is pretty bullish, it's going to break out to the upside. But for example, I'm just showing you that Amazon, for example, didn't work out in this formation. So you're gonna have to keep that in mind. So it can break out up or it can break down at the same time. So yeah, those are my favorite things to look for when planning out a trade. I look for like wedge patterns for at a longer distance or a longer time frame. And then I'll look for the VWAP pattern I mentioned early in the beginning, and the bullish pendant and the bullish flag pattern. Those are kind of the same, and they kind of coincide with the VWAP that I was talking about trading in the upper ranges. A few other things I'd like to point out in this video using this phase selector, phase scope. It removes this box that I have here, but I like to keep it there. And then within the stock highlights, I customize this list so it can show me things that I'd like to see about the company. For example, I think I added PE ratio, the earnings per share, the amount of shares that the company has, and you can just look for these items here. It might be already here, that's why it's not showing up. Yeah, it's so I remove shares and shares now shows up. All right, so yeah, you just look for these ones that I have here. You can pause the video, take a look. Market cap's very important. Volume, that's the current volume of the day. So that's how you change this list, so it gives you the information that I like to see. But feel free to play around what information you like to see about the stock under the stock highlights. Similarly, you can make changes to the watch list. You can add the market cap here, so you can essentially filter your watch list by market cap. So it gives you the smallest companies first, and go into the most largest: Microsoft, Facebook, Tesla. So you can do that, but you can change that by clicking on this customize widget. And same thing, look for things that you would like to see. So right now I added the earnings per share and market cap. So if I wanted to, I can filter up or filter down by these two contents. All right, so now that you kind of have an understanding about Thinkorswim, I'd like to give you like a breakdown of my morning's routine and what I look for when looking for stocks to trade. So very first thing in the morning, I'm on the Pacific time. I wake up at around 5:30. It gives me an hour before the market opens. Market opens at 6:30 a.m. That gives me enough time to shower if I need to, or go get coffee. Both of those things will wake me up. But it gives me time to do that. And then first thing I'll do, I'll go into my Google Chrome browser. I'll open CNBC, just get a brief overview of like what's going on in the market today. It has the futures 10-year treasury yields information here, but like look for certain pieces of news that you could relate to the stock market. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, roles in volatility, that's the very first thing, just to get a brief glimpse. We'll get more into news in Thinkorswim. So that's that. Let's see. This is something I use a lot. So I go into chat rooms. So Thinkorswim allows you to have access to their chat rooms, and the global news chat is super helpful. I usually have this up all day on my other screen, and it gives me up to the quickest news available before it hits like CNBC, before it hits the main public. You just got to filter out because they just have a lot of news information. So I'll try to give you an example. So look for the orange text basically, although the gray text gives you more details about the orange. So Caterpillar seeing upside traders say, okay, that's not really useful. So look for stuff that's useful for the type of trades that you like to see. White House says U.S. President Biden wants to see infrastructure passed by the summer. Okay, that's useful information. That's bullish news. White House says there's no disruption in the U.S. supply chain of Johnson & Johnson. Okay, yesterday they announced that they had some mix-up with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, but the White House saying there's no disruption in it, so that's good to see. And the vaccine through May. Okay, so you can make trades off of this information. It gives you up-to-the-minute dates, or up-to-the-minute news. So I usually have this on my left-hand screen, and I'll just be monitoring throughout the day, see what happens, and try to relate it. The second place that you can also look at news, after I look at the global news in the morning, I'll see what has collected from the previous night to the morning. I'll go into the futures, the S&P 500 futures, and also look at the news that appears from the previous night to where we are today. So today in the morning, all these pieces of news came out between the previous night until 5:30 when I wake up. So I'll make sure to catch up on what I missed overnight and try to base the trade off of that. A lot of times they'll have upgrades, downgrades that you can look at, and an upgrade is when an analyst is bullish on a stock, and usually there's a lot of volume that comes in after that, as if it's a reputable analyst. And then just look for other information you can tie to the stocks that you normally like to trade. So that's the third thing I like to look at in the morning. And then once you're in our group chat in the mornings, we have the stock bot. It kind of gives you an idea of which stocks are trending in the morning. So right here, I have DMs with the stock bot. It's just personal messages with the stock bot. I type in popular sign or the exclamation mark and type in POP. It gives you popular symbols of during that time that you like up to the minute, So right now, the SPY, MasterCard, DK, all these stocks have been seen in Discords, mentioned in Discords this many times, and out of 2,000 servers in the past hour. And it also gives you the price of stock and the change percentage for the day. So Tesla was minus 1% on the day. Apple was plus 6.68%. So like in the morning, there'll be a lot of like symbols that you can check out. Like I'll check out, there's not really any useful ones here, but like yesterday at 6:35 a.m., There was, a lot of mentions around Chewy. Chewy had earnings, but it kind of fell. So Tesla was a good example. YVR was a good example. That's an NFT. It was up 25% that morning. So just see what's trending, in the Discord community. So maybe there's a lot of like retail traders trying to pump stock. You can look at this information and like trying to judge just to see if it could continue. Like if there's a lot of volume going in there, if the patterns are there where it's trading above the VWAP throughout the morning, then it might continue up until the afternoon. So that's the fourth thing I look at in the morning, and then I'll just do my research, punch in the stocks that I've seen, and like try to get an idea of like what trade I'd like to make on the day. Like, so YVR, the one that I just mentioned, possibly had news yesterday where it increased 25% up to $5. But yeah, just be careful with these small cap stocks because they're known to like just be very volatile, go up and down a lot, and today is even down from yesterday. So be careful with those. You might be able to day trade it, but like swing trading may be more difficult for you to make a profit. All right, so I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to. Covered a lot of information in these past 3 videos. Yeah, so if you have any other questions, make sure to DM me, Antonio, or Diego. We can help you with your Thinkorswim platform personally, and we can set something up where we can meet together. So with that being said, I hope you guys are learning a lot in the course, and we'll continue into lesson 5. We'll be talking about taxes, helpful resources, best practices, keys to success, and kind of like do's and don'ts. Yep, that's about it. Thanks.